about this, but do you have a 1-800 number or a number where people can order Behold a Pale Horse?
No, I don't have a 1-800 number, and even if I did, they couldn't order because I will not contribute to the debt-based destruction of our economy and
talking about the credit cards,
the property of the American people. So they can't order anything from us by phone. If they want to order something from us, they have to send blank postal money orders or cash. Behold a Pale Horse is $30 delivered to your door, and you can order by sending blank money orders or cash to Harvest Trust in care of, and make sure you put in care of on the address, P.O. Box 2470. That's P.O. Box 2470, Eagar, spelled E-A-G-A-R. That's Eagar, spelled E-A-G-A-R, Arizona 85925. Once again, the zip is 85925.
Say it all one more time.
Harvest Trust, in care of P.O. Box 2470, Eagar, or excuse me, that's the wrong town, I'm sorry. Make it in care of P.O. Box 1970, and the rest is okay. Harvest Trust, in care of P.O. Box 1970, Eagar, spelled E-A-G-A-R, Arizona 85925.
Well, I know you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, sorry about the mix-up on the P.O. Box. It's 1970 and not what I gave you.
And for $30, this is a very large book. And the illustration on it is very interesting. Says a mouthful right there on the cover. Just to get back real fast to exactly what's happening with you and your family. You have no criminal record. You were honorably discharged from the military. You're an author, shortwave radio host, and you have a monthly newspaper. And suddenly they come out against you, the feds, and say that you cheat on your taxes from 92 to 94, but you told me on the telephone that you haven't been paying taxes for 12 years.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. You've been paying legal taxes.
Filed or paid the so-called income tax.
To private banks.
Really an excise tax.
To private banks.
For almost, it's either 11 or 12 years, I forget which. I've never made a secret of that. I am not liable for the so-called income tax administered by the so-called Internal Revenue Service, and I am not, but I do pay all lawful and constitutional taxes, which I am required to pay and always will.
Give us an example of a lawful tax.
Well, a lawful tax would be a state sales tax down at your local grocery store. A lawful tax would be a property tax for which you paid for it with the fiat Federal Reserve notes instead of gold or silver coin. You can't pay off a debt with a debt. So you never really purchase anything in this country, in this debt-based economy, with the fiat Federal Reserve notes. All you do is take possession under a lease, and the ownership stays with the government. That's why you get a warrant deed when you pay off your house instead of the patent title to the property, and that's why you get a certificate of title when you think you paid for your automobile instead of the actual patent title to that property.
This is all being done with contract fraud, and people can't even...
It is fraud. It's all fraud.
That's why, I catch myself as I get deeper and deeper into this, becoming more angry, more flat out. I guess I'm at the point where you said that you were several years ago, where you're just sad about it because you see the people thinking they have a grasp of what's happening in the civilization. But I've read enough history, I know enough about the country and what's been happening to realize that pretty much everything that you're told in the media has lies weaved right into it.
Oh, yeah. The American people are standing inside the gates of Disneyland holding their e-ticket, which is expired. None of the rides are working, and they're just having a great time.
Well, anyways, so you think in the next 2 years we're headed into some...
I didn't say in the next 2 years. I said in the next very few years. I don't have a crystal ball. God does not whisper in my ear. I'm not a prophet, and I'm not a psychic.
Well, sir,
but I can
I'm none of those things either.
From what I saw in that plan when I was with ONI, and what I have researched since then tells me that within a very few years, the American people are either going to be totally enslaved in the worst enslavement that you can even dream of, or there's going to be a civil war actively being fought under the most terrible conditions in this country.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but it's pretty simple to predict what these guys are going to do now that they're out in the open. I mean, 10 years ago it wasn't so out in the open. Now you turn on the TV, UN World Court, Clinton pushes national ID card. You turn on Lair NewsHour, secret military teams are training with your local police. It's pretty much in your face now, and I don't know if Clinton wants to leave office, or maybe he wants to go be head of the UN or something. Who do you think, as leaders from your intelligence networks, do you think are on the horizon? Who do you think the next president will be? Do you think?
Why do I care? They're not my leaders, and it's not my government anymore.
So the point is,
they have subverted my government, destroyed it from within, and my only hope is that I can find enough good American patriots who are moral, who are good men, who understand what liberty and freedom is all about, to go in there and restore constitutional Republican government by any method that it requires, including the force of arms.
So
otherwise, my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren are going to be slaves.
So you've totally turned your back completely on the festering system, and
it's not my system. It is not operating within the boundaries of the Constitution. They have thrown the Constitution out. It is treason in operation. There is a subversion of government going on as we speak in the halls of government throughout this country, not just in Washington, D.C. And
so you're saying it is criminal enterprise, incredibly sophisticated, controlling Hollywood, the universities, and the major mass media through foundation money and through control of finance, and all their whores and all their pumps and all their little agents don't mean a damn to you. You're going to take care of your family, try to educate the public, and just continue to prepare. And you're saying that you have not committed any crimes, you're not bothering anybody, and if the feds try to come and take your home and take your family, that you're going to oppose them with force of arms.
Absolutely. They have declared war upon me and all patriots and everybody in this country who is a loyal constitutionalist, who has taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And if the Civil War has to start on my doorstep, that's as good a place as any. So fine with me.
So the Civil War has to start
somewhere. Might as well start right here.
Now, the federal attorney general out there, Mr. Is it Rivera? Jesus Rivera? He's saying that they're going to proceed against you with prejudice and caution. I think...
well, you're reading... No. You're reading an article that you read in the Arizona Republic.
Yes, I am. The communist newspaper.
Never tells the truth. I can guarantee you that that's not what he said. I can guarantee you that what he quotes that Sheriff Arthur Lee said is not the truth. We spoke to Sheriff Arthur Lee last night. Arthur Lee says that I'm right, that he has jurisdiction over the feds in this county, and he has told them not to come in this county and harass this family.
Absolutely. Well, we've learned that with the press, that they will flat out not twist the truth, but when they need to, they will flat out lie. Flat out lie.
Flat out lie.
Well, that's great then. You're not in too much trouble if you've got the sheriff on your side. People don't realize the power of the sheriff.
Not just the sheriff. This is a good American community here, and there is a very strong militia, and not just here, but good, solid Americans all across this country are sick and fed up, and we know that if they attempt anything here, there's going to be a war the likes of you can't conceive of what's going to happen.